Hi guys, we are in the second video related to Excel video series, and in this one we are going to discuss the difference between the LibreOffice and Excel. So these things we have discussed in the previous video. So how quick access toolbar is customized and what are the things that it can do. Title bar basically showing the name of the application and the software. By default, it name is book 1, book 2 because we have not named that. So default name will be book 1 when you open in a new book. So when you change the name, you can see the name in the title bar. And then okay, then help, provide the help function and control buttons to minimize, maximize and close. Insert functions to insert any new function, search, and we discussed that. Tabs to change the ribbon. The formula bar, to insert formulas we discussed. Column headings to show in the column letters, and row headings show in the row numbers. Name box show the active cell address, and the scroll bars were vertical and horizontal because you don't want to navigate through this Excel sheet. It is lengthy, so you need scroll bars. And then status bar display the status of the worksheet, and view button, so to change the view of view buttons. Few view buttons were there. So we discuss the default view page, then the second view, first view was default, and the second you have the page break preview or the page layout, and second one is page break. So first default, second page layout, and third one is page break. And then so this is how the calc interface, same kind of interface you can see, but ribbons are not there. Instead of that you have menus, which was similar to earlier version of Excel. And then you have all these things are similar to the worksheets in Excel. Any difference? No, right, okay. Same functions. Then the worksheet name in in worksheets you can in name, normally the names are going like sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Inside a book you can create any number of sheets. So here you can see sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 0. The zoom level is so low. Zoom it. Okay, I included a color. Just undo that. I have given a page color. I just want to see the original. So let's take a new book, file new. So this is how the book is organized. Basically you have one sheet there, but you can take as many as you wish by pressing this plus button. And then this is the numbering method. You will go from A to Z. After that it will start like AB to AZ. Then after finishing AZ or AZ, then it's go like BA to BZ. BC, yeah, here yes, BSB, Y, BZ, then ZA, likewise it goes. So if you want to visit the last column, just press Control and right arrow, it will go to the final one. It is XFD. It is XFD. Starting from A to XFD, you can say equal count blank. Yeah, sorry, count blank. You can give the range A1 to X F D or XFC, A1 to X F C 1, and you can see, sorry, let me zoom this. Also generate errors. Equal count blank or count blank. Okay, you can see, oh, here's the number 16,000 altogether, 16,383. With XFD it is 16,384 cells, 84 columns altogether. And if you want to go to the first one, let's go to the first one, right? If you want to go to the first one, let's go to the first one, A1, and the last one will be XFD1. And XFD1 I have included a function to calculate the blank cells A1 to XFD1, XFC1, how many cells? It is 16,383, but with XFD, this is last one, with that it is 16,384. Okay, let's go to the beginning. Control left, let's go bottom, control down. It is 1,048,576. Very large number. That number of rows, 1,048,000. Earlier days this was 65,000, 64,000, somewhere like that. 65,536 or some figure. So it's going like this. Okay, it's going like if you take 2 to the power 2 to the power 10 or 2 to the power 2 16, the value is 65. This is the value, 65,536. And how that count came in the first one, you can see 16,000. It should be 2 to the power 12. Oh, no, 2 to the power 15. Too much. 2 to the power 14 is the value. So it's always, you know, the computers, they like binaries. They do the calculations in binaries. So basically 1 GB RAM, next is 2 GB, next is 4 GB. If you have hard disk or any maybe a pen drive, if it is 1 GB, next one will be 2 GB, next one will be 4 GB, next 8. Likewise, always it's counting from 2 to the power numbers. So similar to that, here also the cell counts. So you know how many columns? Straightforward. How many columns? 16,334 columns. And how many rows? 1,048,576. Maybe 2 to the power 20. Is that? Yes, 2 to the power 20. That number of rows. Okay, big number. Right, now you know how to navigate. Control up will go to the first row. Control left will go to the first column. Control right, last column. Control left, first column. Control down, last row. Control up, first row. Okay, you have navigations in the given here. So how to navigate in the sheet? You can see here control plus arrow keys, you can navigate. Control home will go to the A1 position, and control end will go to the bottom right cell of the data range. Control home will go to the A1, and control end will go to the data position, the last data position that you have. It's control end. Page up, it will up one string, and page down will down one string. So that's how you navigate between cells. Right, you know that part. And then I want to highlight, or I want to introduce cell range. Cell range can be given in two ways. Basically, the cell range can be given by naming. Let's say, let's put some numbers here. 3, 3, 4, few numbers. Okay. And let's do some calculations. So cell ranges, you can say equal sum. Take the total of A1, B2, and C1, and D3. You can see the highlighted cells in colors, which is corresponding to the color here. A1, B2, C1, and D3. So you can give ranges like this. Sum means find the total. Sum is a function which is used to find a total. So function is a special keyword, special name given to name some procedure. So sum will calculate the sum of the total. So similar to that, you can say equal average. You can give, okay, you can give the cell names A2, B3, C2, and C3, C2, and D1. Then it will find the average. So these are functions. So in cell ranges, you can give separated by commas, cell name, cell reference, then comma, cell reference, then comma, cell reference. Likewise, you can give any number of You can give any number. Okay, you can say, let's say A2, and you need A3 as well. You can give all these things, right? So A1 here, sorry. So you can give any number of cell references here there. So as parameters to this average function and to sum function, sum to find the total, average to find the mean or average value. So then this is one way of giving cell references. The second way is you can give this as a range. If you have like a defined range, if you want to find out from this to this everything, you can say equals sum starting from A1 colon mark, you can say go up to D1, A1 and go up to D1, then it will calculate sum of that. This is similar to, if you want to give the similar function, you can say equals sum A1 comma B1 comma C1 comma D1, which is similar to this A1 comma, sorry, my mistake, A1 comma B1 comma C1 comma D1. Okay, this is similar to that. Equal sum A1 to D1 is similar to equal sum. So you can give this range row wise as well. That means equal sum, you can say, you can even select. Okay, you can select the range. It will automatically detect A1 to A3. Close the bracket, it will calculate. Or you can select row and column both. Equal sum, you can say these rows, these columns, everything. Then starting from A1 to D3, all will be summed up. That means total of all these. So you can give a range, even blanks, even you can keep blanks, you can give sum of sum. I need sum of all these numbers. So how the range was given? Equals sum A1 to H7, A1 to H7. You can give the range like that. That's how the ranges are given in these sheets. So you can, if you want, you can manually give that. If you know the, okay, I want to start from A2 and I want to finish from C3. Okay, A1 to C3. Okay, I can give the range like that. A1 to C3 means starting from A1, A2, B2, C2, then A3, B3, C3, or A3 to A2 to C3. So you can give ranges like that. Okay, then let me explain another thing. So there are two kind of things in Excel for the calculations basically. One is called function, the second one is called formula. What we have learned now, some average, those are called functions, special keywords. I want to find the minimum of these numbers. What is the minimum? Minimum is 1, you can see. But if you use a function, you can use equal mean, you can tell the range. This is the range. Select and tell A1 to D3. What is the minimum? Minimum is 1. Equal max. Tell me the maximum out of this. The maximum is 8. Oh, right. Okay, tell me the sum, the total of all these. This is sum. Tell me the average of all these. It gives me the average. Right? These are called functions. These are special keywords. So mean, max, sum, average, length. Tell me the maybe tell me the length of this. So what is the length? It says value. No, cannot find the length, because length, to find the length, it should be a text, no? Okay, if I have my name written here, Dasun Nilanjana Surimevan, and if I ask, hey, tell me the length of this, it says 25. My name is 25 character long. Oh my god. So is it 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, plus 2 spaces, 24, 25. Yeah, it's lengthy. Okay, then, but fortunately it's not that much lengthy. We have Mutayam Redaran, it's a big name. Right, okay. Right, I think I have explained the formulas. No, not formulas, functions only. So let me explain formula. Formula means what? Mathematical things that you can do. So you know in your classroom mathematics you learn these things. Plus you can say equal a1 plus a2 plus b2 b1 plus sorry c1 plus d1. The value will be 15, which is similar to this one. Equal sum a1 to d1 o equal sum a1 comma b1 comma c1 comma d1. It is similar to that. Equal a1 plus b1 plus c1 plus d1. So can I give like this? Equal a1 colon plus d1. No, cannot give like that. So if it is a function, you can give parameters by separating commas, but if it is a formula or mathematical thing, you have to give exactly cell references a1, a2, a1, a2, a3. You have to give the cell references. It's lengthy. Sometimes you don't like that much, but sometimes when you don't have functions for calculating something, then you have to use formulas. So for an example, so let's say you have radius and you have to calculate area. As in radius is 7. So what is the equation for area? It is 5r squared. 5 means 7 divided by 22. Sorry. 22 divided by 7 into 5r squared into again this. You can see I'm not very good in maths. Sorry. So okay, calculated 5r squared. 5r into r 7 yeah 7 you can divide by 7, then 22 into 7 will be 154, correct. So if you want to find the circumference, then it is 2 into 22 divided by 7 into r means this, so 1 to 5 then this is circumference of the particular. So if you change this is the magic of Excel. If you change the radius, it will automatically calculate the area and circumference. If you change the radius, yes, automatically it will calculate the area and circumference. Radius 14, you can see the full numbers because yeah, that is 22 divided by 7. So you can, because 14 is a multiple of 7, so you can find integer value here, right? So here you don't have any function to calculate that. So therefore, we have used our mathematical knowledge, my poor mathematical knowledge, but your good knowledge. So you can use that to calculate the circumference and area, which is a formula. So you can form that using your mathematical expressions. So plus for addition, minus for subtraction, / for division, and asterisk for multiplication. This is cap for power. Right, if you calculate 2 into 3, so you can just calculate by values without giving cell references. The value will be 6. If you calculate 2 into 3, what's that? 2 into 3, right? Just find it out. Okay, then 2 cap 3 is 2 to the power 3. Then 2 divide by 3, it is 0.6. Then 4 minus 9, we have calculated all now. This is for multiplication, this is for power or exponent, division, subtraction, and addition. 3 plus 6, yeah, this is addition. And these are the mathematical formulas that you can form using. You can form mathematical formulas using these operations. And let's refer to your book quickly. Cell ranges, yes, we have calculated cell ranges, entering data, and labeling, yes, we have seen how to label, because you know labels can be included without using these cell names. You can just label this, just rename this as marks. So those are called labels. Labels you can use to remember the cell values and without using the cell references. But then different type of values, you know, you have integer values, decimal values, fractional values, percentages. This is scientific notation. Hope you know the format. This called 4.37 into 10 to the power 4 plus 4 means 4.37 into 10 to the power 4, which is equivalent to 4370. You have to multiply by, sorry, you have to multiply by 10,000, then it is 43,700. Let's calculate, I'm not sure, equal 4.37 plus E04, sorry, not that, E plus 0 4, yeah, 43,400. It's see, the idea is this, it is 4.37 into 1 and 4 zeros. 1 and 4 zeros means 10,000. Then the date, it represent, you can change the notation date, month, year, but this is how it's shown in the date format with forward slash. The time, you can even include this in 24 hours or AM PM notation. Currency, you can include rupees. Default, by default, you will see currencies in dollar. If I change this to general to currency, yeah, LKR. So if you want to change the currency symbol to RS, you have to go your control panel, and in that you have the currency symbol change under regional options. Go there and change, because you don't have any feature to change it here. So if you see dollars in these are the formats, different formats. So if you change currency here and dollar appears, if you want to change that, go to control panel and language and regional options, then you can change that. Okay, that part is there. Okay, formula, we learned the cell reference and using these mathematical operations like plus, minus, multiplication, division, and exponent you can give. And the precedence of the formula, you know, if you are using multiples of that, so the, you know, there's a theory in maths called Bodmer's theory, bracket, then there's an order like that, starting from the brackets, then the power, then multiplication, division, then subtraction and addition. So if you have a lengthy expression like this, 3 plus 4 divided by 2 minus 23 plus 2 into 4. So this 2 into 4 and 4 divided by 2 will be calculated first. 2 into 4 is 8. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Then the value of this will be calculated from this side. 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. Minus 23 means minus 23 means minus 18 plus 8 is minus 10. Right? That's how the calculation happens. So according to the Bodmas theory. So you know the if you don't have, if you have brackets, the scenario would be different. So let's include brackets here. Then you will not get that because brackets will be given the priority. Then 23 plus 2 will be given the priority. 23 plus 2 is 25. 25 into 4 is 100. Then it comes to this part, and 3 plus 5, so you can see minus 95. Here you get 100 minus 100, and here you have 5 because 4 divided by 2 is 2, 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 5 minus 100 is 95. So different answer. So try these things, you know that, apply your mathematics. Right, then yes, these are the formulas. We know how to calculate the operator precedence is shown in the book. And then the using cell references, how to apply formulas. So you have to give the equal signs. I couldn't tell that, but I have used always. You have to start formula, function, whatever the thing in Excel using equal signs. If you have a formula or function, use equal signs in the beginning. Otherwise, it will be treated as a value. Right. So I think that's all for this lesson. And here are some functions. So let's finish with that as well. We know sum is for the calculating the total, average is to find out the average value, max, min to find out maximum and min, count is to find out the count, number of cells. For an example, let me use count sum. Then they have given these examples. We have discussed this actually. Count I couldn't tell you, count will explain. Then we'll go to the formatting worksheet part in the next video. Let's go to the count. If I use equals count count, and I'm going to count cells from this to this, you will get the results as tree. Count will count only the cells with values. So even though my range is C1 to C8, covering 8 cells, it will calculate only the cells with values. If I count blank, then give the same cell range C1 to C8, it will show you 5, because this is what? This count shows the count of the cells having values. This is cells not having values. And actual count is count plus count blank. If you want to find the actual count, let's say you can say count this range plus count blank the same range will be the actual count, which is 8. But that is inconvenient. You have something called count A. Count A will count all including blanks. Ooh. What's wrong? Sorry, my memory. Count A, let's revise the count. Yeah, count A. Sorry, this is not the way. Count A will count. So let me explain this with some strings added. So let's add hello and hi there. Right. These are some specific. These are having some specific tasks. Count will count numbers. Count will count numbers. Count blank will count blanks. Explanatory, self-explanatory. It's okay. Then count. You can count blank when count the blanks plus the numbers. And if you add count A to this, it will count the total. Why? Count A will calculate the count of strings. Count blank and count A. Count A will count plus numbers plus strings. So let me explain this if you confuse. Sorry, my mistake. So if you confuse, count will count numbers. Count A, numbers and text. Then count blank, blanks. You can use these functions to count various things. If you want to count text only, you have to, here there are two texts. If you want to count that, you have to first count a, then it will count text and numbers both, and minus from that you have to subtract count the same. Count will count numbers, count a will count all numbers and text. Numbers and text minus number count will give you the text count. So you have to use these functions to calculate that. Even though it is inconvenient, you have to do that because that's how it happens. There are different functions. Count will count numbers, count a will count numbers and text both, count blank will count blank cells, right? Okay, now we know the functions explained in your book, as well as we discuss some additional things. In the next video we will be discussing about formatting the worksheet. That is in the next video. Thank you.